Hello, Void. It is October 15th, 2021. It is currently 5:47 p.m. Um, I'm currently coming up on either 600 or 5 something micrograms of LSD. I don't know exactly. Um, and I'm still coming up. Uh, I just can't wait for this to even out so I know how this is going to go and what steps to take from here. Because the come up is rough. Um, Even on gels, I'm using the gels right now. It's not as rough as the blotters, um, for sure. But it's rough on the mind as well as the body. But the paper more so affects the body, I feel, like on the come up, anyways, making you feel like garbage. Um, I, a little while ago, made a purchase for things that I have not purchased yet and need to try. So I'm hoping everything works out and we can dose things correctly and have everything nice and set up for Halloween too. Because I would like to have that be another new experience. Try something new on Halloween. Sorry, I'm still coming up, so yeah. Um, I keep losing time, a lot of time, um, but have been getting high a lot, sleeping a lot. Even though the ketamine, getting back on ketamine is making things better, it's just, I feel like we're moving at a slow crawl, but in the right direction. Because this shit is heavy. This shit is heavy that I need to work through. And I've just never really tried tackling it and working through it on my own before. It's pretty much been left up to therapists and other mental health professionals, and that has gotten me nowhere. I mean, I have gotten some legitimate good advice over the years, but I mean, I should have gotten more since I've been dealing with this shit since I was like 12 or 13. I mean, being involved in the mental health system. I don't remember when I started to get therapy. It was either 12 or 13. Um, and I found an amazing therapist who worked at my pace and didn't push me and eventually got me to open up, tell him what was going on about the abuse and everything. And he helped me greatly, even though it was something that I still carry with me and I blamed myself for my whole life. I had doubts because of this therapist. This therapist helped me realize that maybe I didn't deserve all the bad shit that was happening to me. And I wasn't asking for it. It's just so hard to tell a developing mind that and in complete survival mode. I couldn't accept that. I had to believe that it was all in my control and it was my fault. So, because if it was my fault, that means I could stop it at any time. But that wasn't the case. because it wasn't my fault and I wasn't asking for it. We don't need to go over this shit again. Yes, I was alone. Yes, that's why I developed friends. But I've been apparently doing that since before this event in my life. Can someone who experiences so much trauma, can they ever truly heal? When trauma is all they know? Is there a way out other than death? Because sometimes I don't see that. Sometimes I see that as the only logical step is for us to end this suffering, is to end our life here and be reborn somewhere else. The only thing stopping us from doing that, stopping me from doing that, is the uncertainty. We don't know if we're going to be able to find each other. That's why we have to keep pushing with DMT as well. Yes, for the antidepressant properties, but also to get us used to that world and navigate so we can find each other. Because I can't bear the thought of losing them through anything. Yes, born separately in separate bodies. Yes, we all deserve that. But this relatively the same time, generally the same area, would be fucking nice so we can find each other. We can't lose each other. This is not a plan for suicide. It's just something that I struggle with regularly because we don't like it here. And as much as some of us want to hold on, I just don't see it as worth it. What are we holding on for? No one is ever going to take us seriously in this life. We've fucked up too much. We are far too damaged. Nothing that comes out of this mouth holds weight. I'm sure that has a lot to do with our diagnoses. People know what they are, and then they use it to write you off as insane. But I'm not insane. I struggle with psychosis from time to time, but not even that bad anymore since ketamine. I am losing time, but dissociation and avoidance. I'm tired. I just want to sleep forever. It'd be nice to be kicked out of control. I'm sick of being at front. I know the others are showing me that they can work through me. They can use this to communicate, which is fine. But I just wish they could just find a way to kick me out completely. I'm not doing good for any of us here. I've tried my best, and I keep trying my best. But my best is not good enough. So please kick me out. I don't want to be the reason that we're brought down. I don't want to be the reason why we get in trouble again. I don't want to be the reason for our death either, or our destruction, because I have that fear always plaguing me, that I'm just going to take it a little too far one of these days. And won't come back. I'm afraid of that. Being just complete disorganized thought. Caught in a loop. Forever. But as I've stated before, I don't believe in forever. Because of the demon of impermanence prevents that from happening. There is no forever. Just always recycled. So I should hold on to that. But the thing is, in the meantime, when it's happening, I'm sure you wouldn't see a way out. You wouldn't be able to think clearly enough for a way out. Just chaos, darkness. I'm still coming up, and that's why things I think are just deep and dark. Should try something else. Try looking at our schoolwork, see if we can get anything done. We're so behind. It's like, what is the point? What is the point of even trying anymore? I can't even be conscious enough to try anything anymore. I'm just always looking for an escape. I'm bored. Don't like it here. Always something to be stressed out about. And just survival. Being able to afford bills. Being able to afford food. Or medicine. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of stressing. I just want to not care. I know it would make us not care, but that's terrifying, so we're not going to fucking do that. Just be ego death. No thank you. No thank you. Never again. I've gotten checked quite enough, I believe. I mean, yes, we have to go back in. And of course we want to do that now because Lucy makes us believe that it's all going to be okay, but we know as soon as we hit it, the panic is going to set in. I don't want to panic. Because it's more than that. I've panicked. I've had panic attacks. Make you feel like you can't breathe. You can't get out. You're trapped. The weight of the world is absolutely fucking crushing you. But this is different. This is so different. You're worried about things that don't even make sense because you don't even know what you're witnessing. You don't know how to process what you're seeing, what you're experiencing. Because it has to do with senses that you're not even used to having. It's very strange. And I want to explore it more. just have to figure out how to control the fear. And I know Lucy will aid in that. But also, if shit gets dicey, Lucy can make that last a very long time. I know to keep pushing with this. I know to keep experimenting. Because we're not going to get anywhere if we don't. I just don't want to fuck us. Permanently fuck us. I'm not ready to become nothing yet. We wouldn't even get to that place. I suppose not unless we experienced full physical death. And by then, it would be completely out of our control. That would be completely left up to others to make that decision for us. We don't want that. For the record, I'm just putting it out there. I know this doesn't mean anything legally or anything, but I'm just gonna fucking say I don't want to be kept alive on machines. I don't. And when I die, fucking burn me. I want to be cremated. Don't leave me in a fucking jar somewhere. Get rid of my ashes. Let them be out and free into the world. Symbolism for moving on, I guess. Because I know that, or I think that stuff like that does not have any bearing on what happens to you after you die. It's just something I want done, regardless. But most importantly, I do not want to be kept alive on machines because you don't know what somebody's going through. They can't tell you, please make it fucking stop. Please make it end. They can't say that. I don't want to be in that position. Ever. So just please end it for me. If you give a fuck at all. I guess this shit keeps coming up in my mind because we believe that our time is running out. Still, we still have that. Our time is running out here. At least like this version of us. I don't know what that means, but I know something is going to happen. Or I'm going to make something happen that is going to hurt us, and I don't want to do that. Because all of this is to try to help us function, to heal, to move forward, to have a life. But ultimately, I believe it is too late for us. We're still going to keep pushing forward with this because what else are we going to fucking do? Just give up and lay there and wait for the inevitable? No. You just have to do something. I had another ketamine infusion yesterday. So I do feel better, especially with the pain. Pain in my legs have gotten better. But it's like I feel like nothing is changing. So that's why we have to do something different. So we're actually going to try what people usually try when introducing themselves to psychedelics: mushrooms. I've never tried mushrooms. I've always been afraid. Not always, but I've been afraid going into this because I have a lot of food allergies, and I didn't want my first experience with psychedelics to be a horrible experience and turn me off of it. So maybe that's why I went with the LSD instead. I don't remember. I don't remember my thought process. I just know I was fucking desperate for something to happen because we were tired and nothing was changing. As much as some people want to make us believe that we were doing better before psychedelics, we weren't. I can promise you that. I was already planning to end it because I saw no help was coming. All the stuff that I was told to research, look up, info gather, all this shit led fucking nowhere. So I was just ready for every fucking answer I was gonna get from every doctor that I contacted for them to fucking call me back, and or a research facility, and just be like, fuck off. But one doctor had mercy on me and helped me. The whole ketamine thing, and I don't think I would have had such a pleasant experience with LSD if it was not for the ketamine. Although I did try LSD before ketamine. It was very shortly before. And it was very small dose. Like, I don't know, 50 micrograms or less. I don't remember my first starting dose. But it was very little. It was probably 50, about 50. And from then on, I fucking loved it. But then adding ketamine to the mix, it was even better. Because you can explore this shit and it's not re-traumatizing, which is good. Because we need to work through some shit, but there's some shit that we're just like not ready for. I don't think we'll ever be ready for. But it doesn't mean we can just bury it and hope that it gets better. Can't do that. So we're going to continue to try our best to move in the correct direction. Forward. Hopefully, things work out. I might be back later. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm done coming up yet. I don't know what's going on. I pretty much know what I was talking about, though, because it is such a heavy subject to me. The whole wanting to die and wanting to move on, blah, 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 blah. But having said all that, I'm not suicidal. I'm not actively planning for suicide. I'm not laying down wishing for death or anything like that. That is something that I can't do on psychedelics at all, which is good. I can't just lay there waiting for death. It doesn't let you. So that's cool. I guess I need that. Because, like, with psych meds, like all the psych meds they put me on, it's like I'd start to feel worse and worse. And I think also from disappointment that I wasn't getting better. So that added to the feeling worse. And then I would get suicidal and then start planning. And the drugs gave me clarity enough to plan my own suicide. So, thanks, I guess. Is that what they want? Like mental health professionals and stuff. Is that? Because I keep telling them, like, hey, this shit just makes me fucking want to commit suicide. And they keep pushing it and pushing and pushing. They want me to. I believed that for a while, though, because I have told them several times, these medications make me suicidal. And they keep pushing them. So, like, I've known for a while that they do want me to ultimately off myself because I am a high-risk patient. That's kind of shitty. Like, I didn't ask for any of this. And I also did not fucking ask to be abused by the system. But unfortunately, we fucking were. So if we have to deal with it, then the ones that are responsible should have to deal with it as well. So, should not give up. See, this is why, like, psychedelics, they make me want to not give up. They make me want to fight. Show these fuckers how wrong they are. And what they're doing is wrong. What they're doing to people's lives is so fucking wrong. Making them worse instead of better. Because you turn a profit. And that's not conspiracy theory bullshit. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Like, you can look back at, like, if any void walker comes around and sees this and is like, oh, a conspiracy theorist. No, look back at my other shit. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not an anti-masker. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'm not, like, I look down on those people. Sorry, especially because I'm fucking autistic. And a lot of those people are anti-vaxxers because they have autistic kids that they can't fucking stand. They're resentful of their children. So they have to let the world know how much they fucking can't stand their kids, but they're still sticking around to take care of them. What saints? Such saints. No, they're more than that. They're martyrs. All you parents like that, go fuck yourselves. If you can't love your child for who they are, don't have children. There are plenty of people that would take your child and be happy with your child because there's nothing wrong with them. They may have developmental disabilities and stuff, but that's not autism. Autism in itself is not a disability. You don't have to be autistic to have a developmental disability or an intellectual disability. Those traits are not inherently autistic. Do you know how many fucking autistic scientists there are? A fucking lot. I don't know the number. I won't claim that I do, but I know it's a fucking lot. If you give us the right environment, we thrive just fine. That is just too much for some people. That's unfortunate. It's just getting darker and I guess I should stop that. I've been fucking rambling. Well, not rambling. It's been pretty much on the same point, I would think. Yeah, for over 30 minutes. So we're going to stop. Later, maybe.